What's going on, good people? As you can see, Bungie is about to go live with some new Destiny stuff. Now I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea. And although I haven't been playing lately, Destiny is probably the first real, real community that I've joined gaming wise. So they have a special place in my heart. And then to find out that this is supposed to be like they're doing episodes now, so it's not really DLC, but basically this new story is supposed to be about the Nine. I'm curious, and I've always been a big fan of the Nine. The Nine are the people that's behind the exotic weapons and just a whole bunch of secrecies in the Destiny universe. So we're here. We're gonna watch this live. We're gonna watch their live that starts in like 5 minutes, and we're gonna chill out and see what Bungie's got to say, and who knows? Maybe this gets me back uh, into really being a hardcore Guardian for real, for real. Either way, it's gonna be a real good time. I remember me and all my buddies like kind of gathering around and really like, you know, getting excited about some of this stuff. So it's kind of good to be back and see that again. So happy Tuesday, best day of the week. If you know, you know. Hopefully y'all had a good Cinco de Mayo. If you joined my stream yesterday, you know I had a pretty good one. But yeah, we're back. We're chilling. Your boy is drinking his water and staying hydrated. But I hope y'all doing the same.
My second pimp taught me like how to cook. I'm like, baby, why do I need to learn how to cook? I'm a hoe. He's like, you are a woman first.
Hilarious. Oh man. 2 minutes and counting. Yeah, I think it's about time to get back into it. Destiny was a good Destiny built some bridges, boy, between friends and like schools and just different groups. It's a good time. Matinator with the first was good. Honestly, didn't think you were gonna hop into this one since it had, Destiny slapped all over it. But we chilling, we vibing. What game is that? State of Decay. Never heard of it, but as long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters. We got 1 minute to go. Zombie survival slash RPG. Interesting. Oh, we're starting. We're not playing Destiny. Destiny's going live. They're dropping some new shit, so I figured why not, and let's see what they got going on. Let's see. What's up, Moon? Also, happy Tuesday.
What follows light and shadow?
Hopefully y'all can hear it okay.
Is silence.
Big shout out to the 9. I'm excited, bro.
That silence breaks. I am summoning you as a new age begins. I see sapient life turn to each other. They remember how to look to the stars. They remember curiosity. They remember how to thrive. But they have forgotten. They forgot we were here long before the Traveler. They forgot that they need us. But they are fated to remember. I will remind them. I'm sure you will, but not through me. Find someone else.
Is the 9 compromised? The 9 is a Titan?
My will is my own.
Let me find out the 9 is a Titan. I know the 9 is a group of people, but fuck out of here.
All right, everyone, hello and welcome here to Bungie HQ in beautiful Bellevue, Washington. We have got an amazing stream lined up for you to tell you a little bit about the Edge of Fate and the future of Destiny 2 as well. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, but no need to worry. As always, I am joined by some of my amazing colleagues here at Bungie to share some of the finer details of the stuff that we're going to be getting into today. So, how about we go ahead and get into it so we can show you what we got. Starting first with this gentleman on my right and to your left is someone that you've probably seen if you've tuned into our streams before or Vidocs, the one and only Mr. Robbie Stevens, Assistant Game Director here at Bungie. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Andy. It's always a pleasure to spend a day with you.
Yeah, it's been a nice time, honestly, hasn't it?
Yeah,
well,
always.
To that end as well, for anyone that doesn't get to hang out as much as we do, can you tell everyone at home a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, sure. So I'm one of the creative and game directors for the game, so that means I'm a vision holder, and I work across the entire Destiny team with people like Allison and Dylan on the couch here to chart a new course for Destiny and a new future for the game, and just incredibly excited to be sharing with everyone today of what we've been up to.
Yeah, can't wait. We've got a big show ahead, so thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, as we move, right on down the line, someone who, again, has also had the good opportunity to join us on these streams as well, and is now firing some finger guns like a pro. Destiny's narrative director, the one and only Allison Lures. Allison,
hello.
How's it going?
It's going so good. I'm here on a couch and I get to yell about Destiny with you. So it's a good day.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take that anytime I can. Well,
Same.
For anyone who also hasn't had a chance to yell on couches about Destiny with us or hasn't joined us in the past, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Allison. I'm the narrative director for Destiny 2. And so that means it's the job of me and my team to make you laugh and make you cry and make you go, whoa, I totally forgot about this thing from 8 years ago. How did they remember? It's because we're good at our jobs.
It's true.
So there you
yeah.
go.
As someone who gets to sit in on the writers' rooms, I can now doubly confirm that. So thank you for
love
being
having you
here.
there.
It's so much fun. No, seriously, thank you so much. And of course, as we move right on down the line, the gentleman there at the very end of the couch, someone who is a friend to all Guardian kind, who's known far and wide, a member of the Destiny Global Comms team here at Bungie, Mr. Dylan Gaffner. How's it going, Dylan?
It's going well. How are you, Andy?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for
Got to make sure to ask every time.
I appreciate it. You need all the help I can get. Well, to anyone out there who may not have accosted you on the wild world of social media or is just somehow meeting you for the first time, do you mind telling us about what you do here at Bungie?
My name is Dylan Gaffner, formerly community team, where we would go out, collect your feedback, translate it to the dev team, and then bring their information back to you, kind of be that middleman. Now I'm on Global Comms, so I'm going to be in more of like a puzzle piece organization stage of what do we talk about, when do we talk about it, why do we talk about it, and then just making sure we get the information out to all players.
Yeah, well, we all appreciate it. Thank you for always being the voice of the player inside our hallowed halls. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, now that we've kind of got the intros out of the way, let's talk about our new saga. Robbie, I'd love to start with you. What's up next in Destiny, and where are we exploring?
I wonder if
Yeah,
this is
so
going to be an
our first
episode
expansion
or like
this year, The Edge of Fate, is the start of a brand new multi-year saga called the Fate Saga.
Brand new
And so
expansion.
we want to tell a story about something older, about the nature of fate itself. Are we bound by it? Can we fight it? Because before the Traveler ever arrived in our solar system, there was already space magic here, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ultimately, this is a story that we're going to explore one of Destiny's biggest mysteries and the foundations of the universe itself.
You're talking about the Nine, aren't you?
Who
Yeah.
told you?
I think it's
Subtle,
How did
I
you
know.
guess?
Yeah.
Tipped you off.
We did such a good job with this
Really
secret.
buried that lead, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's, but I mean, to that end, so who and maybe more appropriately, what are the Nine?
Yeah, so buckle up. In the simplest description possible, the Nine are extraordinarily powerful beings that have been in the solar system for way, 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 way longer than the Traveler. We can think of them as being kind of connected to each of the major celestial bodies in Sol. So that's each of our 8 planets plus the sun. Sorry, Pluto.
It's messed up.
Didn't make the cut.
All right, fair.
I don't make the rules. Yeah, there you go. But the important thing to know about them is that this is why we're going to be so focused on the solar system for the next saga. We want to ask questions about our home that we've never asked before.
Yeah. So when it comes to the Nine, obviously, Eagle-Eyed Guardians have been able to spot references to them for quite some time, whether it be outright ominous or a straight-up game show in some cases. Can you tell us a little bit maybe about what we should expect from them?
Expect to be surprised. We're, like you said, the lore of the Nine really ranges from like Star Horse infinitely neighing to the Nine doing genuinely awful, awful things in our lore. And so the important thing to know about them is that the Nine are individuals. This isn't a collective. It's not like a hive mind. Each of them are kind of their own being, their own person in the loose definition of a person.
Interesting.
They have different wants and desires. They can ally with different members and fight with different members too. In the words of one of our characters really early on, there are aliens, and then there's aliens, and then there are aliens, and that latter one is what the Nine are qualified as.
Fair enough. All right, so beings of obviously immense power, something that the Guardians have gone toe-to-toe with in the past. We've even faced off against the very embodiment of the darkness itself.
Yeah.
What could be tougher than that?
Yeah, so this is something that we think about a lot about because ultimately the Nine seek to free themselves at no matter the cost to humanity. And because they're extra dimensional in the ways that Allison are describing, they're not bound by the same rules that we are, that we've really experienced before in the game today. And so humanity and the Guardians, to many of them, are ultimately just bugs that can be squashed on, that they don't really care or think about beyond, achieving their ultimate goals. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the last 10 years, Guardians have really just been making their own fate.
Yeah.
I mean, so the Nine is challenging that. How are we going to deal with it?
Yeah, whether we like it or not, the Nine have a plan for us. And like you said, Guardians are really good at making their own fate and going out and deciding who they want to be. But what happens when them deciding to make our own fate is exactly what our fate is? Like, what if that was the plan all along? These are extra-dimensional beings. That means they perceive our reality in a very different way and can interact with it in a very different way.
It's like they're a move ahead in chess.
Weird.
What a reference. But you were mentioning, obviously the Fate Saga is one of the subjects of today. How long can we expect the Fate Saga to last?
Yeah, so the Fate Saga is going to play out over several years, and ultimately, we know where we're driving this car. We know where we're going with it. But the conclusion of the Edge of Fate itself is going to leave you with more questions than answers, and it's going to be the catalyst into this new multi-year saga. Because we really want to return Destiny to being a game about big questions, right? And so the way we think about this is about pouring jet fuel into the speculation engine of the game. So we're going to be revealing a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, and many of them we're not going to be answering immediately, because we're going to be telling the story over multiple expansions, and we're going to be giving you those expansion beats more times than we have before in the past. And so the Year of Prophecy kicks off with the Fate Saga, and with it, humanity is now set on a collision course with this celestial pantheon of the system that has been here for a very, very long time. And so the Edge of Fate launches on July 15th. And then the second expansion of our Year of Prophecy is Renegade, which comes this winter. And then later in 2026, we've got Shattered Cycle and The Alchemist. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of exciting beats. And so, again, the Edge of Fate is just the beginning of this long journey of this awesome vehicle we're all jumping into and driving together. And it's going to take us to some new places.
That's exciting. So with regards to the Edge of Fate right here in front of us, you were also nice enough to bring the class something today. You've got some gameplay with you, right?
Oh, yeah, we got some clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should show those off.
It's a doozy.
Let's check it
I
out.
like the present. Let's check it out.
Observe, connect, conceal. Guardian, I had a vision. Conform, comply, return. They just wanted to show us disasters. Observe, connect, conceal. I'm not human anymore. Return, conform, comply. No one else should know what this feels like.
Oh, hell no, bro. Fuck out of here. What was that? No. Ah, fucking puzzles, dog.
Terminate your suspicion, Commander. Remove your scornful blindfold. Observe, connect, conceal.
What kind of falling is this?
Return. Observe, return.
Man.
All right, that gives us an awful lot to go ahead and continue to dive into. And here to help us go ahead and explore a little bit more of it, everyone, you probably noticed we've been joined by someone new here on the couch. We are privileged to be joined by someone who's the originator of perhaps my favorite all-time Destiny emote, the one and only Dave Samuel, art director here at Bungie. Dave, how's it going, man?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. For anyone who maybe for some reason somehow doesn't have that emote in their collection or hasn't seen you in a past Vidoc, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, I'm art director on Edge of Fate. I work with the art team to visualize the narrative and design and kind of bring it all together.
It's a lot to bring together. Thank you very much for being here today. So with the Edge of Fate, it's obviously the first expansion in the Fate saga. Allison, I'd love to start with you, actually. What can you tell us about the Edge of Fate?
The Edge of Fate begins with an invitation, and we are invited along with a very specific group of people to a location, to a moment in time for a very specific reason.
Very specific purpose.
Very specific reason and purpose, yes. And the place that we're going to is called Kepler. And so you may be saying, now, Allison, hold on. Hold your horses
You read my
1
mind.
second,
Yeah.
because the Kepler I know is the one that's way outside of our galaxy. What do you mean we're going to Kepler? And I say, like, dear friends, didn't you know if you look inside in Destiny's universe, the Oort cloud at the edge
no
of the
doubt.
solar system, you'll find a little planetoid that also happens to be named Kepler.
It's actually
here
slick
in
getting
the
me
world of
excited
Destiny.
again.
And that's where we're going, to Kepler.
Super exciting. This is kind of a Robbie. We were talking kind of before the show. This is like the like a first taste of something new, right?
Yeah. So what you're seeing here is us just trying something new. We're expanding the universe of Destiny, creating new mysteries to uncover. This whole destination is about exploring a labyrinthian world that took inspirations from things like Dreaming City, exotic missions, dungeons, and it's wrapping it all through a Metroidvania expired experience. And so, at the heart of all of this, at the heart of the Edge of Fate, is a player-driven exploration and discovery of an exotic world with brand new abilities.
So actually, to even just maybe dig a little bit deeper, like how is the Edge of Fate going to be different from past expansions that we've made for Destiny?
Yeah, so at the global scale, when we're thinking about expansions in the Year of Prophecy and the formula of Destiny expansions going forward, first off, we're doing 2 expansions a year instead of just 1. And think of each of these expansions as a little bigger than something like a Rise of Iron from D1.
So
and so
no
both of
more
these expansions
episodes?
combined are going to be even more expansion content than we've done in the past. And by delivering
and
2
what
of
is
these
that?
a year, we're upping the
What
pace
is
of
that?
major world and story events that really matter to players and are going to be pushing
Bro,
the Fate
more
saga
airborne
forward. And so,
enemies is
we're trying radical new things,
insane.
which each of these expansions. And so, alongside this new destination of Kepler, this exotic world that players will explore with brand new abilities, we also have world tiers. And world tiers allow you to take on a higher level of challenge on the destination in order to extract some of the best loot within the release. But what's cool about world tiers is as you play through the mainline story and you play through the first couple of world tiers, you're going to unlock later world tiers. And as you're claiming these abilities, as you're exploring the world more, as you're discovering more within the release, you're putting these puzzle pieces together and you're figuring out how to solve all the mysteries on Kepler with different ways. And so you might play a puzzle in one way, a mission in one way, and when you're in these higher world tiers in the post game, you can start to solve these problems in different ways that you couldn't before in the original playthrough. And so alongside all of this, we're also going to have a ton of quest content that we're rethinking about how we use within the game. And so on Kepler, there's some non-linearity within the destination itself. And so with a lot of our side quest content that is related to the critical path, but you don't have to play it. It's there for you to explore. It's driven by your discovery of the world. You're out in the field, you discover something, and you pick it up, and that's going to help you explore the characters in the world of Kepler more and go deeper on that story. And so, yeah, again, this is all about us just looking at the formulas that we've been building in Destiny over the last 10 years, and some of them are really strong.
Are we
they're
Sonic
due
the
for some
Hedgehog now?
experimentation and some radical changes, and so that's what you're seeing here.
What
with
the
first
fuck was
taste of the
that?
Fate.
Very cool.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
I love everything you just said. I was a little distracted by some of the gameplay we were showing, like exotic sniper rifle. I think I saw, kind of recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
Some enemies with a couple really cool twists. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But then also there was a guardian that turned into like a lightning ball.
Oh, fucking
Yeah.
ball.
So there's multiple new abilities that your players are going to be able to discover on Kepler that's going to make them navigate and look at the world in different ways. But the one you're talking about, Dylan, we see it as our premier ability, the crown jewel of the release, and that's called Matterspark. And Dave has joined us, and he's helps us take the vision of the narrative and the design and the art and smush it together in amazing experiences. And so I think Dave should talk to us more about Matterspark.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So there's this new source of energy on Kepler, this strange dark matter.
Big shout out to
So
the Echo.
the Guardian binds itself to the dark matter using the arc powers within. You can think of the dark matter as like a medium, and the arc as this catalyst that will allow you to completely change form.
Bro, we are Sonic the
Transforming
Hedgehog in
into
Destiny
Matterspark
2.
lets you squeeze into tight areas, race around areas, jump over stuff, and it also allows you to turn into this basically electric rolling ball of death, jolting and shocking enemies that come across your path.
So obviously, one big part movement, one big part combat, but I mean, even just in addition to that, to look a little bit, wider, like how did the Matterspark Ball kind of influence the world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, the team really had to rethink what it means to build a destination with these abilities in mind. A simple hill becomes a ramp to get to a new space. A crack in the wall, it basically will reveal a whole new area to explore. It's also a new way to engage with
mechanics.
enemies. Instead
New
of taking
fucking
a bunch
mechanics.
of enemies head on, you can find a Matter Spark pad, transform.
On one hand,
turn into
on
this
one
electric
hand,
ball
I
of
love
death,
new
and then
mechanics.
just like start racing around
and
the
trying
arena,
to figure it
dash
out.
over their
But
heads,
with new mechanics
and fly
comes
from
new
behind,
fucking
and then,
puzzles,
really
and I
give
hate
the House of
hate-
Exile on Kepler
I'm,
a bad
I'm cool with puzzles
As well,
because
we should. It's a
video
good day
games
for us
but
as well. So, what are
like,
some of the other Kepler abilities that we'll be able to unlock while we're
I
out there
know
as well?
me.
Yeah, so each of these Kepler
I'm
abilities
not
are
the
a mix
best
of
with
dark
puzzles.
matter and
For real,
our
for
Guardian's
real.
powers.
So as
we
excited
have
as
the
I am,
Relocator
I
Cannon,
know
which is
this is gonna
this
come with a
new
lot of
fallen
headache,
dark matter
heartache.
tech mixed with void. This is going to allow you to bypass laser walls.
Wait, hold on.
Use these cascading relay networks.
What the fuck?
And just basically teleport around the world.
What the fuck?
Another ability that we have is Mattermorph. This is dark matter mixed with strand. Allows you to manipulate the environment. You'll be able to basically push and morph and move geometry to create bridges, open up doorways, and then also reveal secrets and new opportunities.
Yeah, so what's really
Bro,
important
look
about
at
what Dave was
this.
describing and when we were thinking
We
about
gotta
building this
charge up
world, it was all
batteries
about like,
and shit.
here's this new tool to navigate and see the world in a different way and solve little puzzles and mysteries throughout the missions, the free roam, and the quest content, and beyond. But also what was really important to us is that we lean into Destiny's first-class ability gameplay. And so with Matter Spark, like Dave is mentioning,
This is
you're
gonna make
jumping, you're
Destiny so
dashing into
hard.
enemies to destroy them, you're doing
Hopefully
giant
not.
explosions
Hopefully
with
it's
them, with the
just a new
relocator cannon,
element.
you're just blowing everything up with void explosions
it
and
doesn't just
graviton
completely
land
change
style
the
like
whole fucking
projectile
game.
little secret projectiles. And then what's really fun about Mattermorph is you can just be like throwing these strange shurikens basically to just like delete an encounter before you then like start to morph the environment around you and move to the next area. And so it's just really exciting I'm incredibly excited about watching players just like solve puzzles and fight encounters in ways that like we don't even expect yet and see how they take on the destination. And just like I really want to emphasize, you're going to be upgrading these, and when you get into especially the post-game experience, it's going to unlock, there's something unlocks with Matterspark that really changes the way that you can play through the entire destination.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about dark matter,
Yes.
we have darkness abilities like strand and stasis already. Like, how is dark matter different?
Yeah, so dark matter and darkness are two completely separate things. They're completely different things. But dark matter does exist in our world. In the world
matter
of
and
Destiny, we know it
darkness.
as being tightly connected to the Nine. It's what the Nine are actually made out of. In our world, dark matter is invisible. You can't really see it. And it wouldn't be very fun to make a destination where there's an invisible thing that you can't actually see. So lucky
So on the
for us,
Traveler, we
Kepler,
have a
there's
planet of
bioluminescent
the
microbe,
light.
that allows us to see
And
all
now
of this,
Kepler
this
is
substance,
about to be
that's
the
impacted
planet
this world
of
so much.
dark.
It allows us to see how it's impacted the plant
Ness,
life, how it's
matter,
impacted the behavior of the
energy,
peoples that we're going to encounter.
Sonic
And
the
we can
fucking
see how
Hedgehog.
it has been able to bring these things that are kind of unstuck in time into this current location.
I do have to put on my drifter hat for just a second and, like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like?
Yeah. Dark matter smells and tastes like bleach and math. Yeah, it's true.
Cannot wait to get that chip flavor.
Yeah.
Get it with a sandwich today after.
It's zesty.
Yeah, it's really good. Actually, so on the topic too of stuff in the trailer as well, we heard someone talking there. Can you tell us who that was?
Sure, that was Lodi. Lodi is a new character that we're introducing in Apollo. Not in Apollo, we're introducing him in The Edge of Fate.
Yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to Brian Villalobos, who portrays Lodi and does a spectacular job. This character is fascinating. He's kind of a fish out of water, but the fun thing about tropes is to kind of put a twist on them, right? So what if that fish that we pulled out of the water was the most qualified fish to be pulled out into the air?
Down for anything.
It's down for anything. And
yeah.
what if that fish was kind of made to be pulled out of the water? I don't want to give away too much because this character is way more fun for the players to figure out what his deal is. But I will say that Lodi is very, very far from home.
Very fair, very exciting. So,
I do have to call out, too, before we started this, you and Robbie were talking about how Lodi is like a notice me character.
Oh, yeah. Robbie wanted a senpai.
I did. Yeah, I wanted someone that I just wanted to spend a bunch of time with on this new adventure we're going on.
Yeah, a friend that we can look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, yeah. Notice me.
Notice,
Notice
me
me
loading.
loading.
Yeah, of course,
He
it
will,
writes
he will.
itself.
I love
or rather,
nerds,
Allison
y'all.
does.
I love nerds
So,
so
with
much.
regards to the characters as well, so is it a whole new cast of characters in the Edge of Fate?
Fucking geeks.
No, we're going to see
Just
some new
fucking
faces like
geeks.
Lodi and other characters, but we're also going to see some familiar ones too. Ikora is here. The stakes are high enough that she's here investigating what's going on. And as it turns out, in one of our major mysteries, she's kind
confirmed.
of at the center of it. She was invited here, as was Lodi, same as we were. All of it's kind of tied together.
Very exciting. So,
Yeah, the way oh, if I can
No, no,
yeah,
please.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
please,
like
yeah.
the way we think about this is about all these characters, their fates are intertwined in some
Yes.
way. There's these puppet masters that have been pulling the strings for a very, very long time in order for everyone to get here at this moment. And so, as a guardian and these characters involved, they're going to have to decide if they're fight your fate. Like that's what we think about for these individuals. That's what they're going to have to go through and determine about how they can stand up to this new conflict that is surrounded by the Nine, because they are fated to be here. And what does that mean for them, and what does that mean for their future and the future of Soul itself?
So with regard to these new characters and this world we find ourselves in, was there anything about that setting, or in particular, that really influenced the creation, rather, of this world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, I'll give you a list of fun facts. First off, if you've been paying attention to Destiny over the last week or so, you already know that there's been people on Kepler for a long time. That's an old-ass computer that you were putting those numbers into. We also know that the Vex are here. They're studying the Nine, because it turns out the Nine can do something that the Vex can't. As Dave mentioned, the House of Exile are also here. They've become fixated on a being that
That's
they
for the
call
people that's
the
been
Giver.
playing- that's been
And
playing the
kind of
game.
most importantly, the dimensionality on Kepler is really thin.
Unlike
so
the
the
moon.
3 dimensions that we can know and see and touch are very close to the realm that the Nine live in. And that means some things from Earth's past have been yanked into Kepler's present.
Exciting.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, so we've been talking about invitations throughout this, and we need to call out an invitation that's actually going to be waiting in the game after this is over. Ride of the Nine begins today.
Yeah.
So I believe we have a trailer to show.
Yeah, you were nice enough to bring a
let's-
trailer along.
let's-
I-
what the
go ahead
fuck
and
is
give
the
it a look.
Rite of
Yeah,
Nine?
let's do it.
Yeah.
Three dungeons, or is that just part of the? Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that hand cannon looks sexy. That hand cannon looks sexy. Okay. All right. Tell me more.
All right, so that's Rite of the Nine, which
Yeah.
is our essential prologue story for The Edge of Fate. And these 3 dungeons that are featured in this event are free for all players starting today. And so what's really important about this is that these dungeons are both for veteran dungeon crawlers, hardcore raiders, people who've been in these places a lot, but also new guardians who have never stepped into a dungeon before, right? What was really important for us when we were developing Rite of the Nine was that we were changing the formula on how we can think about how we can welcome even more people into these experiences. And so you're going to be able to go in solo, buffed up, and explore a dungeon by yourself, or go in match made with other fire team members shoulder to shoulder for the very first time. But don't worry, because we also have that higher level challenge for our veteran, our hardcore dungeon crawlers, where you're going to be able to earn the best possible loot, exclusive rewards, and also an exclusive title.
Yo,
as
solo
part of
dungeons
Rites of the
is
Nine.
insane.
What's also really important about this event for being a prologue for the Edge of Fate is that it really reintroduces the emissary into the game, and you're going to learn why her job is pretty crappy, and why she quits at the top of the Edge of Fate, like we saw at the beginning of this show. And so, Andy, we've been talking a bunch about how our Destiny expansions are changing the formula.
appreciate what,
for
solo
Destiny going
dungeons?
forward. So now I think it's
Moon, if
time
you ever
for us
wanted
to
to
start
run a
talking
dungeon,
about
all
how
you
the
had to
core
do is
hobby
pop a message.
of Destiny is changing going forward. The day-to-day
We
of
coulda-
playing
we
Destiny,
coulda
week
got
over
you a
week
fire
experience.
team.
We've got someone else on the couch here to help us talk about
Oh,
that.
We have an expert in
Ain't
that very
even no
subject now, who has gone ahead and
begging.
joined us on the couch. We are now joined by the one and only Mr. Ben Womack, creative director here on Destiny. Ben, how's it going, man?
Hey, I'm
Begging?
doing great. I'm really excited to be
We
here.
could
There's a
have
lot to talk
stumbled
about.
through
Yeah,
all
there
the
is a lot.
fucking
Yeah,
dungeons.
it's going to be a
What
very
you
good
mean?
conversation we have coming up.
Yes.
But before we get into that, can you tell us just a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah. So I'm the Destiny 2 creative director for the core game, or the core hobby,
Yeah.
as we call it.
Yeah.
And it has to do with all parts of the game, everything from Edge of Fate, through our seasons, through the fundamental systems. And in particular, like Robbie was saying, I've been focusing on thinking about the kind of building blocks of Destiny 2 and getting those like not only stood up but also transformed and iterated on in some really exciting new places.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and just start at
Moon,
the top.
for
Can you
future
tell us a little bit
reference.
about what like the core formula
It is-
of Destiny
it
is
is-
changing
it's
and
nothing.
why?
Yeah, so
It's
I'm going to start with
nothing.
the why first, because
If you ever
it's
wanna
important
hop
to think
on.
about what is
Don't-
Destiny. What's
don't.
great about
It's
Destiny.
never a brand
Destiny is
new.
best when you have like awesome chases that you're excited about. You have really cool, powerful builds to make, and there's a mountain to climb that's right in front of you that you want to climb. You're like, I want that mountain. It looks pretty cool. And the thing that is not always true right now in Destiny is like it doesn't feel streamlined as it could. Players don't have as much agency. You know, we want to be player driven. We want to be more rewarding than we are. Because right now there are barriers to playing Destiny like in the best way. And those barriers are insurmountable sometimes. So think about that whole picture of, okay, what is the Destiny that we really want, that has been in the past, that we also want to get back to, and where we want to go for the future? That's where all the changes you're going to see have started, like at their inception point. So it's a big piece of the pie.
Massive updates coming across so many systems of the game. We're just- this is
Meanwhile,
like the-
I
we're
never
just
got a
getting in,
fucking message
digging into
like
the
that
surface.
ever.
I mean, to that same end, then, how are we making it easier? Pardon me, to go ahead and just get straight into the fun.
Oh no!
Yes,
Main
let's
reason
do
I
it,
never
'cause that's
played
exactly
Destiny is
what we
because
want
it's
to
very
do.
heavy
And the
on
first thing you're
co-op.
going to see when you log into Destiny with Edge
Eh.
of Fate, you're
It
going to
makes
see
the
a log
game
of your
more
character and
fun
your ship in
to
orbit. It's
me,
going to say,
but
not gonna
if
say
you
open
do
directories,
wanna
it's gonna
kinda
say
get
open
into
portal.
some more of those,
The portal is our new
uh,
front page of the game. We're trying to like get you to the fun as fast as
Some more
possible.
of those
in as few clicks as
challenging
we can. Like we even have Edge of Fate there in the corner, so that
aspects.
it's like right
Yeah,
immediately there.
it's-
No fumbling
it's-
around with the
it's
map to
more
get to
fun
it,
with
really.
friends,
And we're also
for
taking
sure.
other big parts of the game.
But
The
one
ritual
thing that
game
they
for
did
seasons and
start
putting them into
implementing a
these
lot
ops
is a
categories.
way
So
to,
the idea is that we're having these different
just
ops
kind
for
of like
different
put a
moves.
beacon out there.
We're having
They've
solo
got
ops,
modes
we're
and
have
stuff
a
to
bunch
where
of
you
fire
can.
team ops,
It's like
we have
fire
pinnacle
team
ops,
builder
and of course
or
we have
finder.
crucible ops.
You know
Still
what I'm
super
saying?
important for the
Hey,
game.
I'm looking for
I mean,
like
to
5
start
more
up at the
people,
top, can you
and
tell us a
then
little
5
bit
more
more
people
about
can
solo ops?
join
Oh,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So that's
So
one
solo
thing that
ops,
they did do.
Solo
But
ops is exactly what it
it's
says on the
always
tin.
better with
It
friends.
is a bunch of activities that are made for solo players. And the conception point of that was we want to make
They got it
activities for players
in-game,
who
too.
like, you know, have a smaller amount of
Moon,
time.
it's
that they wanna
in-game.
play
You don't
in,
even
and
need
they don't
the app
actually want to
anymore.
have like dependencies on other players, but they still want to get in there and play for 10 to 15 minutes. and get
Manator,
some
if you
real
ever wanted to
progress.
hop
Get some
on
loot.
Destiny,
get some
you just
loot.
let
Yeah,
me
get
know.
some loot and get your character forward and feel like,
Let
yeah, no,
me
I played some
know.
Destiny. That was great. And you know,
We could
even
definitely
if you
throw
don't
that
feel
in
like
between
playing with
Metro,
people, that's fine
for
because we
sure.
have an activity type that is designed for one player.
Excellent. So,
But I'll
I mean, to
definitely
that same
release
end,
this whole-
what are some
yes,
other ways
release
that we
this whole
can
you
play and
back.
have fun using Portal as
You're
well?
a girl.
Yeah, so Robbie actually has a great way of
the
talking
fuck,
about this.
So the fuck
Yeah,
what?
some of the North Star that is what we talked
So
about
the
when
fuck what?
we were
And you're a
developing the portal early
badass.
on was like, where are we headed with this thing? And
Okay,
ultimately,
well, you
it's
well, you
play
know
your way.
me
It's
and
giving
my
players more
crew.
agency,
You know how we
more
do.
personal drive to figure out how they want to
You know-
engage with
you
the
know
power
us.
climb and the new progression
So that's
systems coming
3
and our
off
seasons.
rip.
And so
If we
the
get
entirety
Matinator in there,
new
that's a whole
progression and
other
power
one.
climb is now all
You know the
available to you
vibes.
in the portal at your fingertips.
We just there to
in one
blow
place.
shit
It's
up.
really easy
Man,
to find,
woman,
really easy to jump
Vex,
in. Anything you play inside of that
fucking-
category.
I done forgot
is
the
gonna-
other
any of those
names.
categories is
Hive,
gonna
fuck
help
the
you,
Hive.
make progress. And so
No,
because
if
we
you're
want
Hive,
Destiny
you
to be
can't-
welcoming
you can't-
not only
you
to
can't
new
join
players
us.
but also
You can't sit
old
with us
players
if
who
you're
are coming back
Hive.
to the game to
But
join
I
us
fuck
with
with
the
the
Edge of
Vex,
Fate.
and I fuck with
and we
the,
also want this to be like a new even playing field for everyone. And so
Damn, I can't even remember the
as
names of
part
the
of
other
this
ones.
is a commitment from us as part of the core hobby and all the seasonal content.
I'm
we're building,
honestly,
that
I
we're gonna be
honestly missed the
continually
Iron
investing
Banner.
in
And
this, right? We're gonna
Iron
be
Banner was
continually
my
updating
shit.
this over time for years.
So
to
between
come.
the emblems,
And so,
the
you
wolves,
know, you're asking me directly, like, what else
just
is there
that
to do?
whole
Ben
aesthetic.
mentioned solo
Iron
ops.
Banner
We
was
also have
me,
the
which
fire
is
team ops, the
hilarious
pinnacle ops.
because
both these are more around playing with other fire team members.
Because I feel like I'm talking over this guy. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm having more fun with this conversation. But the Iron Banner is so fucking funny because at first I thought it was just like like top tier competitive, you know what I'm saying, worldwide leaderboard type shit, but it's really not. It's just some shit to do to earn some different shit, but people just get sweaty in that for namesake. But Iron Banner's my shit. like I said, whole aesthetic, the wolves, get me a fucking like axe, bring Warhammers. If there was anything I would like to see bought into Destiny, would be Warhammers. I would love to see a Warhammer.
I have to say this is like super exciting because like my player type or other folks out in the community like.
But yeah, Moon, fuck all that. You know how we roll on this side. You don't ever have to worry about that. As long as you going in there talking shit, we good. We straight. We Gucci. Let's go back and see what these dudes talking about. Yeah, let's get Matinator on board.
What if I really want to challenge myself, push myself?
Oh yeah.
a little bit
Oh,
more?
yeah.
That's important to us.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Depth. Depth's important to us.
well, death, but also success.
Yes,
and
that's
creation
true.
from it,
That's
right?
true, yeah.
Yeah, and so we really want to give agency. That's one of the things. Player driven towards loot and challenge, and so we have a really hugely expanded activity customization system. We have a lot more difficulty levels, and we have a ton of new modifiers. We have 50 new modifiers along with all the old modifiers that we've released in the past that are going to make this big curated web
Bro,
of
what
options
the
for you to experience any of the PvE content in the curator. And so, like, we have Banes, not just old Banes that we have, but new
There's
Banes as well.
something
There's
past
some boons to help you, like, get
Grandmaster?
advantages in
The
your
fuck
activities
is
and for your
Ultimate?
build. We have challenges and trade-offs. And the fun part is you're going to get these different combinations that are available, and you're going to then make a mix that's actually going to change the way you play and be pretty interesting. Sometimes the way you prefer you play. Like, there's a new boon called Grappler that I personally love. It's kind of my preferred way to play, where they give you 3 grapple grenades replacing your current grenade. You can't do the melee, but they recharge super fast. So any build you want, you could now Spider-Man around any map. It's
Yeah.
actually super fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, and I mean, like, what's at the heart of what Ben is talking about is what we kind of call the virtuous cycle, right? Where you're going to be crafting your build, tinkering with the activity, looking at like how you can earn a higher tier of reward by taking on higher challenge. And as you earn better loot, you're looking towards that next mountain to climb just ahead of you all the time. And so this is really about how far you want to push yourself upwards within the portal itself. But also, we also are thinking about the people, and that's the depth, right? That's the depth of the challenge that we're talking about. That's also, but we're also thinking about the people who don't have as much time to play with like solo ops, and also if you're scared of modifiers or you're scared of customizing these activities,
or you just don't feel
or
like
you just don't
it
feel like
today.
doing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great way to describe it. Thank you. We have a bunch of quick play options, right, Ben?
Yeah, quick play options, and we actually have matchmaking and fire team ops.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And we have fire team finder, and so you're able to like really choose kind of what you're in the mood for.
Oh yeah, we
you know?
technically have matchmaking across every activity that exists.
Except for solo ops, because that's solo.
Right.
But yes,
Yes,
otherwise,
but in the fire
aside
teams
from
and
that
pinnacle
one.
ops, it's everything.
Yeah, you'll have options to play by yourself or with other people. Oh, actually, a really fun part is you can play a strike by yourself as hard as you want it to
That's
now,
true, yeah,
which is
yeah.
really fun.
What?
Well, you're talking about like all the different boosts and
Solo
combinations. I
strikes?
think at one point you were saying around 50 or something like that. Those
50 new
apply-
ones.
50 new ones.
Yeah.
So it's like you can take those into solo ops. Like we're talking about this being kind of leisurely, bite-sized activity, but if you want to take it and say, I don't want Weenie Hut Jr., I want like esoteric level solo hardest thing in the world, like you can kind of customize and do that.
You can just do it from the very start if you really want to.
Yeah.
And
Depends on how deep you want to go.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah, and the point is that you're going to like stretch that far, and we want the reward to feel like worthwhile.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, you want to feel like as you're pushing yourself, you are rewarded for it. That is
Yeah.
something that's really important to the vision here for the portal. Yeah.
Rewards, huh?
Rewards. There are a lot of rewards, aren't there?
It's funny you mentioned it. Yeah, we've got Banes, boons, modifiers, but let's talk about gear for a little bit here.
Yeah.
What's changing about loot, and why should Guardians care?
Yeah, so like talking about chases and mountains and builds, like gear's at the center of all of that, and we actually have 2 giant gear changes. I'm gonna like put in 2 little buckets for us to talk about.
Yep.
The first one is Armor 3.0, and the next one is gear tiers. And so like talking about Armor 3.0 first, we are probably making the biggest change ever since Shadowkeep.
It's
around
huge.
the system. It's
yeah,
enormous.
It's a huge change.
Yeah, so like we're adding set bonuses, which is a long requested feature for all the new armor that you're going to be able to get at Edge of Fate launch, and we're redoing all the stats on armor where they can now like exceed 100,
Go beyond 100.
go beyond 100 for extra bonuses.
Yep.
And we're going to every single piece of new legendary armor that drops is going to have all the energy filled in, so you can build crafting right away, and it's going to essentially like There's more features actually that I could talk about, but I don't think I'm allowed to yet.
Fair. Well, something that we can talk about too. You mentioned gear tiers as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so gear tiers are very exciting because every single legendary weapon and armor that you can get is going to have 5 gear tiers, starting from 1 going up to 5. And like we have a 5 gear tier 5 piece of legs armor on the screen right now, and you can see that like this is like looks really cool with the iconography, but it also has a ton more stats. And oh look, what's that?
Yeah, what's going on with the energy there?
Yeah, the energy.
Ben?
Yeah, the energy says 11, and it's true.
11, yep.
It's not a typo. Like energy is going to 11 for higher tier armor, and so if you want that for your build crafting opportunities, it does like give you some new options you never had before. You're gonna have to challenge yourself to get more higher tier armor and keep on going to get yet more higher tier armor to get those options.
Yeah. And this is also not something that's just relegated to armor, right? When it comes to weapons, they're obviously getting their own refresh as well.
Yes.
What's Destiny without chasing some?
You read my mind.
Yeah, like weapons
seriously.
are part of the player identity. You know, some people like have a gun that they love.
You
and
got fashion, and then you have gunplay.
that's
right?
true, though we do have fashion for your guns a bit now. Well, so because once you reach tier 5 for your legendary drops, you're going to be getting tier 5 weapons, and those have unique shader treatment. It's like essentially a completely different look that's going to immediately identify it to you and others that this is the highest tier gear of this drop that you can get. It's going to show on the weapon. It's going to show on the icon. It's even going to show when you kill enemies with that weapon, because there's unique kill effects for tier 5 weapons that you can turn on or off if you don't want it, but your gameplay will like show that the weapon that is being used is like the highest tier you can get.
Yeah, Giver's Blessing, which I think we have on screen right now. This is one of the Kepler auto rifles, and I cannot put this thing down. Yeah, when we're playing through the Edge of Fate right now.
Auto rifle.
And it's what's really exciting about it for me is that like when you see that tier 5 drop, like you know immediately that's better than like a tier 3 or tier 4 weapon that you have, right? And I think that's when we talk about making Destiny easier to just jump in, find the fun, make it accessible, but also create more depth.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we're thinking about. It's like how can we just make immediate, like you understand, like okay, this is probably better than the thing I have right now, depending on what gear tier it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good example of how much time and effort is being put into these game systems to make them more like approachable. Change can be scary. There's a lot of change that's about to come to the game. We're Armor 3.0. We have so many new boons. We have a bunch of new stuff. And after 10 years of Destiny, this is going to flip some stuff on its head. So, I mean, we're going to have a bunch of blog content. We're going to have interviews with Robbie, with Ben, with more folks across the team that have been working on this. And then we'll also be elevating our creator community when they're creating guides, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. But ultimately, a big shout out and thank you to all the folks that have been coming into our studio, giving feedback early on some of these systems so they can be more approachable. And we're looking forward to all the feedback that's going to be coming after launch too. Like this is again one of our first steps into something, and then the community and we are going to build something amazing.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how much feedback we've gotten from the community summits we've been running over the last year for the Edge of Fate, and just people reaching out to the community teams and others to us. Like your feedback is invaluable. So like seriously, like thank you so much. We're making this game together ultimately.
Yeah, it's incredibly important part of the process. Like I don't think we would be able to make what we do without it.
Yeah.
Working with the community is obviously a core part. Dylan, huge thanks to you and your team, obviously, for helping to lead that charge. And in advance for the big blogs you get to write. And then also our social media team will go ahead and get out the door. So go ahead and give us a follow.
I think, Ben, you were saying you wanted to try to break the record for longest twid?
I'm more predicting we are.
Yeah. So
it's not about try, it's the state of things.
It's going to be a multi-month journey as we head towards launch. So.
Yeah, be a good time. But, you know, we've been talking a lot about the core Destiny hobby. How does that extend into, like, how players are going to experience, like, a full year of Destiny?
Yeah, so we've been focusing on improving and changing the formula of Destiny in multiple ways. And so progressing through the Fate Saga is going to be more meaningful with 2 expansions a year. We've been talking about how focusing our seasons on the core hobby of Destiny and that commitment to continually updating it. And in addition, we're going to have 2 free major updates between each of our major expansions coming in the Year of Prophecy and beyond. And so ultimately that means there's 4
Shadow
big
and
beats
Order. I love the
happening,
name of that.
in a year, 2 expansions,
I know
2
Ash
free
and
major
Iron,
updates
they've been
between
talking
those
about-
expansions.
I've been hearing that
So
name
what that means
a
we're
lot
not
in the
doing
past.
is paid seasonal content anymore. We're not doing separate seasonal storylines. And this also means we're not building a bunch of activity content that basically just goes away and is less meaningful to the game after 3 months. So we're instead focusing all of that effort that used to go there instead into building up the core hobby of the game so the core hobby stays fresh and exciting, year round. And so ultimately, this means no more paywalls for seasonal content, and also these major updates themselves that I'm signposting around right now. The size of them roughly and the inspiration for them we're thinking about is
But
like
that
Into
means
the
those
Light.
expansions are going to
So
cost.
when you say like into the light for folks that aren't out there. Like, what for
So
a
it's
major
gonna
update?
be
How
one
big is
one
that?
set
Like, how
price,
do you
but that
Yeah,
that
so when I
hole's
say
gonna be
Into
up
Light,
there.
a lot of this is like the inspiration of what it was, and with Into Light
You won't
came
have
a
to
really
pay
cool
no
theme
more.
that wrapped around all the new stuff
But
we were
that
building within it, but
one-time
also a lot of the
fee.
Reprise stuff as well. And also, with it came Onslaught, a new type of activity. It came with reprised exotic missions and a rethinking of how we could do like a rad style event, a raid event with the Pantheon. And so for our first major update coming a few weeks after the Edge of Fate launches, we've got Ash and Iron, right? And so with Ash and Iron, we're going to be returning to the Plague Lands.
Return to the Plague Lands. Can't wait.
It's going to happen,
Plague Lands, baby.
And so that story is going to pick up from where we left off from the Edge of Fate, and with it, we're going to have a new activity called Reclaim, a brand new exotic mission, new types of pinnacle ops entering that for the first time, as well as, of course, what's Destiny without loot to chase? We've got new gear, new rewards, and 2 new exotic weapons as part of Ash and Iron as well. And again, this major update and the season, all the seasonal content going forward is free for all players. All the activity content that exists in the portal, that's free to play.
Very nice. So even to actually go one quick layer deeper on seasons as well, what are some of the cool things that we're going to be able to do with the season that's launching alongside the Edge of Fate?
Yeah, Ben has been working on this space with the team for a while now, so I'm going to kick this one to him. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to make any time the best time to hop into Destiny.
Yeah.
And one of the ways we want to do that is we want to invest in events that are like accelerating the game and enhancing every part of the game, but also bringing new cool stuff. And actually, we've been working on this so long, we actually have some new cool stuff coming before the Edge of Fate.
It's a special little treat.
Yeah, special little treat. So this Friday, you can play a little event, maybe you've heard of it, called Heavy Metal, which is Tanks vs. Briggs, a new PvP mode. It's super fun. I would kind of wish I was
Fuck
playing it
with it.
right now, I'm not going to lie. But the thing that people at home don't know is we have a new reward. That's a unique thing in Destiny if you invest in this event, if you go and play it. And it is a free-to-play event. So this reward is free-to-play. It is a new combat vehicle that goes in your Sparrow sled, a combat Sparrow, if you will, called the Griffin. And this is a really cool, like, combat-ready vehicle you can take anywhere you can summon a Sparrow. You can summon it and use it to fight your enemies and just have a really good time.
So we
There's some
finally got
really
a Sparrow that
cool,
can
there's
can
some really
shoot
cool build
bullets.
crafting things with this vehicle that I don't want to spoil right now. Let people discover, but I'm super excited for it.
They all thought they were going to ride those skimmers forever. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been saying like, what was it? Skimmer is Flash, and the Griffin is Splash.
Hey,
There
there we go.
it
The
is.
dad joke quota has been met.
We got to get one in.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's all, right, man? Like, you've got more for us, don't you?
Oh yeah. So like I just said, there's more events that
Yeah.
we've been making. There's one that's going to happen right after the launch of Edge of Fate. It's called Arms Week, and it's a 1 week long event, and you're going to be focusing on one weapon archetype in Arms Week whenever it comes around. And this one is going to give you a new legendary weapon of that type. It's going to have some volatile mods that are there for the week that are going to be super interesting and fun to play with, and some focusing you can do. But there is a problem when you say this event is going to be about weapons and about using them.
Yeah, you got to have a place to test all that out.
Right, and
Yeah,
so I mean, I've been doing that in EDZ this whole time. I don't know about the rest of you,
Those poor dregs.
right?
Yeah.
But there is a new way now. We have a new feature, a long requested feature that is being added to the game with Arms Week. It is the shooting range. And the shooting range is being added to the tower. It is a now permanent addition to the game with the launch of Arms Week. We're not taking it away. And you can go there and you
Ooh.
can try out everything in your kit, everything about your build, with all sorts of simulations of different
Ooh.
kinds of enemies and situations, and it's all real damage numbers. It's like
It's even got a scoreboard.
it's even got a
For
scoreboard
you
right there.
and your fire team.
Yeah, your whole raid team can go down into the shooting range and try out, like, see exactly how well you're going to do for some kind of boss at this range or
I was
with
going
a
to say, yeah,
strategy.
who can do most of the damage, right?
Yeah, well, you're probably going to know.
Yeah.
So we have a rally flag. It's not just a shooting range. Like, you can go beyond the firing line and use your abilities too.
Yeah, you totally can. And like, if you wanted to, you could even take in Prismatic and pop Transcendence and try that out. And well, I think the reason why we're not seeing that right now is because it's a Titan.
Yeah, it's a good soldier.
Yeah.
Standing on that firing line.
Yeah, staying on the firing line.
All about building that line and standing.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of theory crafters are going to have to go ahead and have some upheavals to their Google Docs, I'm guessing.
This will be a really good tool. Like, as we're adding all of these different systems with gear tiering and all of that, you can go in and check those damage numbers in real time. Like, how do my stats change? How are these different gear bonuses going to affect my gameplay? You can see it in the tower now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about weapons,
Oh yeah,
got one more thing, right?
Yeah, I know. There's one more thing, and
Yeah.
I'm excited. So there's more events. Of course, there's more events, and the holiday events are coming up. Where Solstice is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's
as well.
summertime, right?
It's
Yes.
summertime. Summertime is Solstice time in Destiny 2, and Solstice has some really cool twists and such that we're planning. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. I want to show you all the new holofoil treatment we have for Solstice weapons. So here we go. This is the holofoil treatment for Solstice in 2025.
It looks like a beach.
It is.
It's so
It's
good.
amazing every time I look at it.
Yeah.
It is an ocean. And
gun.
the line, yeah, we put the ocean on a gun. How did we do that? It's beautiful. I love it. And
Yeah, I
and
like that.
Any
Oh,
kind
that's a
of
nice- that's a
weapon
nice
that
little touch
drops
for the summer.
this event can have a holofoil.
Yeah,
no
so
matter
it could be
what
a
the
tier 1 or tier 3. Yeah, any
exactly.
weapon can have the holofoil.
Yeah, the like the tier 5 holofoil.
Ooh.
You know, like that's gonna be a chase. Our other events will also have holofoils.
Yeah, like Arms Week you're talking
Arms Week
about.
will have its own holofoil treatment. Like we're the every event, a major event we have will have a holofoil treatment. The holidays will have their own kind of special one, but yeah, Arms Week will have their holofoil drops that you can farm as well.
Super exciting. No, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to have way too much stuff to chase down, so appreciate you guys putting all the hard work in, obviously, for that. But I believe we've got one more thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot about here are the free updates coming to Destiny, the portal, a bunch of different stuff, Edge of Fate, but we also have another expansion, and we need Allison back on the couch to talk about
Right,
it.
yeah, Allison.
She's the best one to talk
Yeah,
about.
we've got something very exciting, and so once again, Allison, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it.
Of course. I'm so excited to be the one more thing.
Yeah, it's a tradition around here, so we're glad that you could obviously go ahead and lead us into this one. But you know, as Dylan mentioned, we've talked about the Edge of Fate, but this is the first year we're going to be doing 2 expansions over the course of a year. Can you tell us a little bit about Renegades?
Yeah, so we're going to have a dedicated reveal for Renegades in September alongside our major update, Ashen Iron.
Okay, September.
But earlier we were talking about how sometimes our formulas can constrain us from experimenting and innovating. And so in that
Mannator, you
spirit,
going live?
Renegades is going to be very different from the Edge of Fate.
Poke It
what I
Tuesday
can
stream?
tell you,
I
and
can't think of a
talk
thing for
plenty about
Tuesday.
it later,
Tuesday-
is that we're going to be experimenting and innovating with activities, with social mechanics, and more.
I can't give
But
you a
more
Poke. I can't give you a
importantly,
Tuesday
I want to talk about our
that
inspiration.
like clashes with Pokemon.
And so I have to kind of tee it up first. So Renegades is going to be a Destiny, like definitively Destiny expansion. This is part of the Fate Saga, and it's going to push it forward in important ways and introduce characters that we're going to spend time with for years to come. It is an essential Fate Saga story. And it's an homage to a universe that has inspired Bungie from the start. It's a universe that all of us here on the couch grew up with, as well as
Halo?
everyone else at the studio and millions of you back at home too. It is a peanut butter and combination, a peanut butter and like chocolate combination inside
look how
of
excited
what we're
she
making
is.
that could only be possible in the kind of world that we build here. And so I am absolutely thrilled to be able to give our first sneak peek at Destiny 2 Renegades.
Let's take a look.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. Shit. Opening with the wifey, that's cool. Just let me know what you get. If you get anything good, yeah, definitely let me know. That's a drifter. Hell nah. No way. Bro, a lightsaber? Come on, dog.
Okay, Robbie, what did we just see?
Yeah, so that's Renegades, which is
What?
coming out this December. And to really
What?
drive it home here, Renegades is a one-of-a-kind Destiny experience, right? And just like we on the Destiny team have taken inspiration from other genres like dark fantasy or cosmic horror, Renegades takes the space western vibe and aesthetic that is Star Wars, and it puts it through that Destiny lens. And ultimately, it's created a new
I don't
frontier
hate Star
that is
Wars,
emerging
Matnator.
within
I'm not
Soul.
as big
And
as
so, like,
fan
we're
as,
so
as
excited,
Brenton, so I'm not like a Star
to show
Wars
Renegades off a
fanboy or
little bit
anything.
today,
But like,
and to be talking about it more in the future in September.
you know,
alongside,
some of the
major
references
free
are
Ninja
cool.
update
I
with
fuck
Ashen
with
Iron.
like
But
lightsabers.
right now,
Darth
today,
Vader
we're focused on
is
Rite of the Nine
dope as hell,
and what's right
and,
around
you
the
know,
corner with the Edge of Fate.
Absolutely. No, I heard a lot of calendars get marked just now on September.
cool.
But no, super
But
excited to
a
check about that in the future,
lightsaber
but that actually
in
leads us
Destiny?
to the conclusion conclusion of
crazy.
today's show, which again we covered a lot.
There's been a lot today.
Yeah, this has been a
Like
big
a few
show.
things.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, we went through a lot of it. So let's go ahead and quickly double check. We obviously went through, and the Year of Prophecy, pardon me, is going to go ahead and kick off on July 15th, and this kicks off a brand new multi-year Fate saga and our new focus on the core
All right, here it
hobby
is.
of Destiny.
This is the roadmap.
The first expansion, The Edge of Fate, is going to be launching again on July 15th, as I noted, with its raid launching on July 19th.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're going through a lot of information. We already covered that.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you can't just sneak in a raid date. We have a new raid coming
Yeah.
with the expansion, July 19th. We're gonna have a
New
bunch
raid
of blogs.
confirmed
We're
for
gonna
the
have
summer.
rules, regulations, all that kind of stuff for our raid race.
Of course.
We invite everybody to come in, try to go for that world first title, and yeah, I mean, just stay tuned for more details. We're not going to spoil anything. It's a raid. We got to keep it secret.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, everybody mark your calendars.
Yeah. Bungie.net is the place to go ahead and learn more. And again, follow our social media channels. Do us all a favor. So in addition to that, again, as we noted, Ash and Iron, our first free major update, will be launching on September 9th. Renegades, very exciting, will be launching in December. And then keep an eye again on our social channels. We'll provide all the updates once they're available. But as far as today goes, the Edge of Fate and the entire Year of Prophecy pre-orders are available starting right now. Now, pre-ordering for starters, the Ultimate Edition will go ahead and unlock the New Land Beyond.
New Land Beyond,
Land.
that exotic sniper.
Super
Ooh, I
exciting.
can't wait, man.
I can't wait, same, honestly.
That looks kinda
That'll be
fire.
unlockable in addition to several other goodies.
Price?
And also, we've also got a collector's edition that'll be available. You can see here on screen, it will be coming with an awful lot of very cool stuff, including this cool statue that you may have noticed here that's been sitting with us on stage. This is one that you can go ahead and add to your collection as well, but that's not all that's in there. Is there, Allison?
We got the writing team got a little excited on this one. We put a lot of lore goodies into this collector's edition. So like that weird metal thing, that weird envelope, boy, weird. Wonder what's up with that.
Just decorative
You should
points?
probably read it. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do a dramatic reading as soon as
Yeah, we
we're
should
done.
go downstairs immediately after this.
really
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right
okay.
after this.
Count me in. And then again, too, as far as today goes, Rite of the Nine. This is the essential prologue to the Edge of Fate, and like all of our events moving forward, is going to be a free to all players. So make sure and go ahead and check that out when that arrives. And before the show wraps up, make sure and stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating our good friend Sammy Cat as well. So go ahead and give her a follow. Tell her we said hello in chat. Pardon me. If you have any Twitch Prime subs or anything like that, go ahead and do us a favor. Drop it over there and check out her stream. She's going to be having a good time. But that concludes it for us here today. So for starters, huge thanks to my teammates here for joining me.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. Robbie, Allison, Dylan, of course. There we go. We got Ben, and of course, Mr. Dave Samuel. Thank you all so much for being here today. And then, of course, to the crew that puts all this on.
Thank you,
This doesn't happen by accident. Thank you all so much for all of your hard work and dealing with me on these last couple of days. And of course, to everyone at home, to all of our guardians out there in the community, thank you. It's a tremendous privilege to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on early, and it matters only if you guys show up and join us. So we really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed. And otherwise, in the meantime, until we see you again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
All right. Okay. Love a good Destiny reveal stream. Hold on, let me turn all my shit back on. Did I break it? Did I break it? Hold on, chat. I might have broke it. All right, there we go. We back. It is a Destiny stream. It is a Destiny reveal. I'm not gonna lie. It got me a little hype. It got me a little hype. Because I really like after the last shape, I just kind of stopped. Like that was just kind of it for me. Yeah, they had these episodes and stuff that they like kind of threw out in between, but I'm not gonna say they were kind of meaningless to me, but I feel like the fire definitely like died way down. But yeah, I don't know. seems cool. It's fresh, something new. It's the next big Destiny thing. So, like, you know, at heart, I am a Destiny fan. So I am kind of excited to see some of these new elements that they're adding into the game. You know, it's business as usual at this point. We got a new story, brand new story. Curious, gotta see what the fuck is happening. I'm really kind of excited to get like a whole lot of my old guns and stuff back together to go out and like blow shit up. Especially getting back to like with the crew and also blowing shit up. Moon obviously wants to get back out there. I know another one of my buddies, Battle Buddy, actually has been wanting to get back on for real. So I don't know. This may be the one. This may be the start. I know I said after MomoCon, one thing I really wanted to start doing was like gaming with like a whole bunch of my friends and stuff. So I mean, we got Repo coming up. I was really excited about headliners. So I would love to get some people for headliners together. Apparently we're probably gonna be getting back on Destiny. You know, but all the while I still complete Wukong and get started on Metro, and then also possibly Elden Ring. I don't know how I feel about Elden Ring just yet, but we'll see how that goes. So that's my own personal little timeline that I'd like to get kicked off in June, for sure. But as far as this live stream goes, the hype train is really, it's kind of there. It's not as hype, you know, as past streams, but it's definitely like got me wanting to get back into the game and, you know, shooting stuff up. I love the fact, it's crazy because Destiny is one of those games where it's better with friends. It's better with friends. It's better, you know, with a group you can like pal around with, and you're literally like traveling the galaxy and going to do all this cool stuff, you know, with your buddies. But with them releasing solo ops, you're doing a whole bunch of stuff like kind of by yourself, like solo strikes, solo dungeons. That's really kind of cool to me, especially for the really sweaty people that'll go out here and challenge themselves to do like solo raids and a whole bunch of other stuff. So now there's a whole dedicated you know, section for them. And I know for like the dumbasses like me that just kind of like play around with it, you know, it might be kind of fun to just kind of go in and just be able to move at my own pace. Probably won't be really far because it's not like I'm like super duper sweaty. I'm hella casual. But one thing I will do is jump into some in-game content by my damn self, knowing good and well I'm not at light level, and to see if I can either like find a secret or something somewhere, or like see how far I can get by myself. So yeah, it's fun. It's different. I'll say that. The lightsaber, I guess the ode to Star Wars, I guess for Renegades, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know what all that's gonna entail. If we're fucking around and fighting Darth Vader at the end of this year, I feel like that's gonna kind of shake up the video game world, for sure. I don't think Bungie has that much clout to get to get some of those rights from Disney and likenesses to have us fighting Darth Vader, but maybe we'll get like 2 or 3 words from him, or like him breathing into like our helmets or something crazy. I don't know, but I'm excited for a lightsaber. Fuck out of here. Who wouldn't be excited for a lightsaber? It's a lightsaber. Oh, bot confirmed. Hold on. Go ahead and get rid of that. But yeah, as far as everything else goes, I'm really excited about the 9 and to learn more about them. You know, because come to find out, the Nine isn't a group of people. The Nine, I guess, is a people. To me, when they explained it, the Nine to me sounded like Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts. But even then, they were Organization 13. So I don't know. The fact that the Nine is a Titan, did not see that coming. But that looked fucking cool still, especially with the split. So now it's just like, okay, who the fuck is the Nine for real? Because, you know, old girl said that they were aliens. The fuck does that mean? But I guess we're gonna find out. That's starting in July. Some shit starting today. I can't do it today because your boy got responsibilities and exams and shit he has to take. But I'm always down to play some more Destiny. It would be super duper fun to get the crew back together and then to get some more people into the crew, and just fuck around on the game for real. I'll never forget my most favorite Destiny moment to this day is when me and a bunch of my buddies we were just happened to all be on Destiny randomly, and we were just like, what do y'all want to do? I don't know, fuck it, let's go do a raid. And we were just like bullshitting through a raid. It was so much fun. We got through it. We didn't really get anything like super worthwhile, or maybe some of them did. I didn't. I was just happy to be there because, you know, as a casual, I really don't do the high end gaming content like that. Although I would like to get into it more. Maybe I can with the whole Fireteam matchmaking thing, but you know, it's just little instances like that that just kind of makes me that more attached to the game, because like I said, Destiny is the first, you know, real gaming community that I was a part of, and you know, it's been fun ever since to me. So this is a new saga. Light and Dark Saga is finally over with. I forgot what this saga is called, but it's a brand new saga starting July, and then it's starting all the way over, and you know, it's business as usual. Business as usual. We got to keep our eyes and ears out. Oh, one thing they didn't mention is how much those fucking shits cost. Hold on, let's see if they got them posted. I forgot when he said that the pre-order started, but we can go see real quick. Yeah, they don't have it up just yet. Oh, psych. Yes, they do. Okay. So, here's what it is. For the first expansion, The Edge of Fate, which is what, from now until the beginning of next year? The first half of this, I guess, saga is $40. But if you wanted to pay for the full year, those two expansions, okay, there it is. The first expansion, $40. But if you want to pay for both expansion, it's $80. So that's actually not that bad to me, only because the expansions back in the day were just like $60-$70 just for that one. So to be able to pay for the full year for $80, it's kind of cool. I've learned not really to fuck with the ultimate editions or anything like that anymore. I would used to exclusively buy those, only because I thought some of the things were like cool, but then like, you know, once you stop using them for real, or you notice that you're not really using them like that, it's just kind of a waste. So I think I am gonna drop the $80 to get both expansions, just to have them and not have to worry about them later on. I think this would be a good reintroduction back into Destiny. So yeah, I guess more Destiny streams coming soon. Don't know when the fuck, but yeah, I guess turn on those notifications and just kind of see when the mood hits. So big shout out to Moon Matinee there for joining me for this. Big shout out to y'all for hanging out and watching this. Maybe y'all are excited about it as well. I know I'm gonna be talking about it with some of my buddies, seeing how they felt about it. Moon, like I said, you got me on damn near anything. Just hit me up. I would like to say whenever. Wednesday through Saturday is like Saturday is kind of iffy depending on how I feel after work. But like Wednesday through the end of the week, blackout, because your boy got to go to work, and work be whooping my ass some days, and I just can't make it happen. But like from Sunday to Tuesday, it's up. It's whatever. Let your boy know. We can blow shit up. I'm always down to blowing some shit up, or hell, just doing the dailies. You know, we got to go in, do our PvPs, and then do our strikes, our nightfalls, get our stuff for those days done, and you know, we can call it a day. It don't even have to be that long for real. But just know, there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? We got Destiny folks behind us, so we can always make it happen. But that's it for me, gang. I'm about to go eat some lunch. Got an exam. We're not gonna do that till like later, maybe about 5 o'clock, something crazy. Same, Moon, same, because Lord knows, the last time I played Destiny, we attempted to do one of those episodes, but I feel like we were like in between, and like then there were episodes that was out before that we didn't play, and we just got thrown in the middle of one. It was weird. It was a really weird space, but I guess we'll finish it eventually. But appreciate that, Moon. Thank you. Appreciate y'all for hopping in with me. We're gonna throw this up on YouTube. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I think that's what YouTubers say, you know, stuff like that. I'm excited about it. I'm especially excited to see how they incorporate, you know, some of these new elements. And like, we got the Sonic Ball. That's gonna be crazy. They're talking about whipping around the different planets and stuff, like your Spider-Man, so that's gonna be fun. Always love Strandman. Strandman is definitely a fan favorite in this household. I call him Joseph Joestar personally, but yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Again, thank y'all for hanging out, and I will catch y'all on the next stream, whenever that is. Notifications, come say what's up, follow me everywhere, talk some shit, and come blow shit up with me and Moon and all that.